Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm standing on the balcony of my hotel in Vang Vieng, Laos, and what we're looking at here is some hot air balloons over the karst area to the north of the city. It's around about 6:30 AM in the morning, and as you can see, it's quite a spectacular scene. I'm here for a few days. I'm going to be doing a couple of tours with local tour companies. The idea being that I'm going to check out some caves and do a little bit of trekking and also some kayaking. This is my first morning in Vang Vieng, and it's around about 10 AM, and I'm sitting at a fantastic little cafe right next to the river, and I'm just working out what I'm going to be doing for the day. I've booked a couple of tours, which the first one's going to be tomorrow, to a couple of caves, and at the moment I'm just chilling out, having a coffee, and then I'm going to head across the river into that karst area over there where the Blue Lagoons are located. Okay, this is the scooter I've rented for my stay here in Vang Vieng. For anybody who's coming here and you're thinking of doing independent touring or sightseeing, you'll need transportation to get around. These scooters are pretty good. They're always well maintained by most of the bike companies, and the day rate is normally around $10 US per day for this particular model. What we're looking at here is the bridge which goes across the Nam Song River to the western side of Vang Vieng, and you need to cross this bridge to get access to all the sightseeing locations in that karst area beyond. Once you come over that bridge, you're into the karst zone where all the peaks, viewpoints and Blue Lagoons are located. It's pretty spectacular terrain. Unfortunately, it's a bit late in the day for me to be doing a hike. It's getting really hot, so I'm heading to Blue Lagoon number 2. Alright, here I am at Blue Lagoon number 2, and as you can see, it's quite a picturesque location. Beautiful spring-fed freshwater lagoon there, and the site's quite extensive actually. There's a number of lagoons. For anybody that's feeling adventurous, there's a jumping platform there, or a diving platform. Welcome to Blue Lagoon 3. This is one of the best swimming spots in Vang Vieng. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful landscape and some fantastic activities here. There's a karst peak directly next to the lagoon. And for anybody that's feeling adventurous, there's actually a hike about halfway up it to a viewpoint. Blue Lagoon 3 is around about 16 kilometres from Vang Vieng. It's a bit off the beaten track. There's 2 kilometres of dirt road to get in here, and for that reason the Asian tour groups don't tend to come here. Most of the people that come here are the younger backpacker crowd, and with good reason. It's a beautiful spot. Yeah, it's definitely an idyllic location, and the landscape in the background there is absolutely fantastic. Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the channel. This is day 3 of my stay in Vang Vieng in Laos, and as you can see, I'm at a location which has got quite spectacular karst scenery. Okay, in this video I'm going to be making my way to the top of that peak there. It's actually known as POUKHAM Peak. Like several of the peaks around Vang Vieng, it's got quite a unusual feature on it. Alright, we'll go and check it out. Alright, this is the start point for the hike up to the top. For anybody that's coming here, the entry fee is 30,000 Laotian kip, which is about $1.50 US. And the unusual feature I was talking about, well, there it is there, displayed on that poster board there, a model aeroplane. Alright, without further ado, I'll get on with it. Alright, it's a bit of a rocky trail, but they've actually put some cement in place to stabilise the rocks. Alright, there it is there. The official name for this site, or this peak, is Horkham Viewpoint. According to the information I got from Google Maps, or Google Maps reviews, there's supposed to be a small cave to go through on the way up to the peak. I did a hike to a couple of caves straight up the side of that mountain over there yesterday, and it was actually quite wet. It was raining while I made the ascent. It's cleared up now though, and this morning it's a beautiful day. Alright, I'm going in the right direction. There's the indicating sign. Okay, we've got a detour to the cave entrance over there. Alright, here's the cave entrance, and by the looks of it, a little bit of a squeeze to get through right there. Okay, I'll go and check it out. Alright, here we go, heading into the cave now. By the looks of it, it's quite a small cave. Bit of a narrow passage, and there's an open area further ahead that opens out to the cliff face. I've got some nice formations in here. Just to recap, I'm in a small cave on a side trail on the way up to Horkham Viewpoint. Alright, looks like there's a second cave room here. We'll go and have a look at it. Oh, you went the other way, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, you can continue.
Does it come back out to the track?
It's a really good cave.
Yeah, nice. Things are starting to get a bit tight again. Must be getting towards the end of the cave. Alright, I got through that tight spot. Now pushing on through the small cave on the way up to HORKHAM Peak. Alright, well, it appears that this cave is what I call a dead-end cave. I went as far as I could and there was no route back out. I've got to go back the way I came in. Well, that was a little bit of fun. About a 30-minute detour off the trail, and I'm back out of the cave and heading up to the viewpoint. Alright, this is quite a neat hike, straight up the side of the cliff face. Alright, I think I must be getting near to the top. Feeling pretty puffed actually. It's quite a steep stairway. But normally with these peaks, the closer you get to the top, the steeper it gets. Alright, I've just stopped for a bit of a breather. Not too much further to go. There's a mud stairway up there, and then it looks like one last rock face to get up to. Alright, there we go, the final push to the top along this vertical rock face here. We've got a gold painted needle rock there, I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Might be something to do with local beliefs. Alright, well, this sign's indicating that there's actually two features. If I go to the left, I'm going to see the airplane. If I go to the right, I'm going to see the Pegasus. Alright, I've decided I'm going to head up to the airplane first, and I'll have to come back down and go to the other side to see the Pegasus. Alright, the sign here pointing up to the airplane, and a couple of French girls there on their way up to the top. Alright, by the looks of it, it's still got quite a ways to go, way up there. Alright, well, there's the first view of the airplane, and as you can see, still quite a ways to go. It's probably about 25 metres or so. Well, here we are, I made it at the top of HORKHAM Peak, and we've got a fantastic view out over the Vang Vieng landscape there. Alright, there it is, that's what we came to see, the airplane. And if I pan around to the right, over there in the distance, about 100 metres or so, is the Pegasus. Well, that's pretty much wraps up the visit to HORKHAM Peak and the small airplane. I'm going to head back down. It's starting to get really hot up here at the moment, and as I'm going down I'll have a think about whether I want to head over to the Pegasus Peak. Alright, catch you on the next segment of the video. After coming down off that airplane peak, it was getting just too hot and too sticky, so I decided to give the Pegasus Peak a miss, and I've come straight to Blue Lagoon number 1 for a swim, and also to check out POUKHAM Cave. For anybody that's interested in coming here, there's an entry fee of 30,000 Laotian kip, which is around about $1.50 US. Blue Lagoon 1 is the longest established lagoon site in Vang Vieng. It's also the closest to the city, and for that reason tends to be quite crowded, especially with the Asian group tours that come here on the trucks, as you'll see in a minute. Here's the lagoon swimming site. It's quite picturesque. As you can see, quite a few people here. For the adventurous, there's a jump platform over there. And on the other side, there's less people here. For a bit of peace and quiet, it's actually a good spot to come. There's also a fruit shake stand here, and this is also a cafe. It's actually quite well set up. There's restaurants here as well. There's one of the Asian tour groups. They're all sitting around with their life jackets on. Once they get in the water, they'll be bobbing around like corks. POUKHAM Cave is just up this pathway here, and it's 120 metres up the cliff face to the cave entrance. Anyway, I'm going to stick my hiking shoes on and get on with it. Alright, I've got myself sorted out. This is a little bit of an information board about the cave itself. In the entrance area there's a reclining Buddha, and there we go. It's 120 metres up to the cave entrance. Alright, heading up to POUKHAM Cave. There is an established stairway, but it's quite slippery at this time of year. We've had quite a bit of rain. We're heading into the rainy season, and the climb up here, you've got to be careful and hold on to the handrails. Alright, here we are at the entrance to POUKHAM Cave, and thankfully the lights are on. It's going to make it a very good cave tour. And I've just got to head down there to get into the first cave room. The local authorities have done quite a good job setting this up for safe sightseeing. They've put a pathway in place and handrails, and there's also internal lighting now, which makes the experience a lot more enjoyable, I guess. And there's the first view of the reclining Buddha in the entry area of the cave. And there's the reclining Buddha, and we're in the initial cave entry chamber. It's actually quite large. If I pan around, you can see there's a a skylight further up the cave wall there, providing plenty of ambient light for this cave room. When I first came here 13 years ago, none of these walkways had been installed. It was all a scramble over between these large rocks to get to the back section of the cave. Thankfully they've now put these walkways in. Back in the day I had to walk through that trail down there and follows those red arrows. Thankfully we've got these nice solid walkways now. Makes everything a lot safer, especially this time of the year when the surface is quite slippery. Alright, I'm out over that slippery section and now into the second large cave room and heading towards the rear of the cave, which is actually the best area. This is quite a neat walk through here with these lights. Gives it a nice atmosphere and obviously much easier to see where you're going. As you can see, the raining season is setting in. A lot of water starting to pool now, and maybe by June there's going to be large pools of water everywhere. I actually came in here last week. The lights were turned off, so I decided I'd come back. Thankfully they're on today. What's noticeable though is that in the space of a week there's a lot more water on the cave floor. Alright, here we are at the back section of the cave where all the fantastic formations are, and the local development people have done a fantastic job with the lighting in amongst all those formations there. If you're coming to Vang Vieng and you are interested in caves, this is a good one to come and take a look at. We've got a steel bridge there, and that's going to take me down and around behind the formations there. There's a very nice formation, water dripping down from the upper one into the lower cone there. There's a flat area which enables sightseers to walk around or do a circuit around behind the formations there. There's a lot of cave sites in Vang Vieng, but this one is probably the pick of them because of the fantastic formations we've got here. A lot of these formations are actually what is known as columns. They're the joining of a stalactite and a stalagmite to form one formation from floor to ceiling. With the coloured lighting in place, it makes it look quite spectacular. And that's probably one of the best formations in the rear section of this cave. Just to recap, I'm in POUKHAM Cave in Vang Vieng, and I'm moving through the formations area at the back end of this cave. Okay, I'm around the other side now of these formations and just heading up onto a high point. There seems to be a lot of these little rock stupas that the local people like to make. Alright, that's the view looking back towards the steel bridge there. And I'm standing on a bit of a high point where I've got a good overview of the length of the formations. For anybody that's interested in coming here, a tour through this cave, including the hike up and down the cliff face, will take around about an hour. Well, this pretty much wraps up my tour through POUKHAM Cave, and I'm going to head back out to the entrance now. Okay, thanks for joining me on this video, which had a look at the highlight attractions of Vang Vieng, viewpoints, the Blue Lagoons and the caves. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. Okie doke then, we'll see you on the next one.